raising the debt without some big old spending cuts right now to go with it. Think that is inviting financial Armageddon? The Pennsylvania Republican senator says the real Armageddon is if we do raise the limit without doing any of that. He's planning to introduce legislation tomorrow that would require debt payments if we hit the debt ceiling. So all of this fear-mongering becomes a moot point. Senator, good to have you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Neil.
So essentially what this would mean, Senator, is when we, if we do a pass on raising the debt ceiling, it's not as if tax revenues aren't still coming in. You would just make sure we continue making our debt payments as a priority to technically avoid a default, right?
That's exactly right. And frankly, Neil, I think the Treasury would do that all on their own, but I just want to eliminate any danger, any risk, and I want to eliminate the sort of shrill talk that I'm hearing from some others who are predicting financial Armageddon. As I've pointed out before, you know, something on the order of 70% of all the money the government is projected to spend comes in through tax revenue. Only 6% of that goes to debt service. So of course we can pay all of our interest and principal on our debt. And we should certainly do that because it's totally unacceptable for the United States of America to default on its debt. But we should take that argument off the table so that we can then have an honest conversation about where we cut spending and how we change this process that got us into this mess in the first place.
You know, Senator, why didn't someone think this up before? It seems like a simple solution to a potential crisis. Just go ahead and prioritize, you know, make your financial obligations clear. That's sort of like when average folks are pushed up against the corner, they try to pay their mortgage or rent first.
Right.
The government would essentially be doing the same, right?
That's exactly right, and that's what we should be doing. Look, I acknowledge that if we don't raise the debt ceiling, you know, the consequences are very disruptive. I mean, there would be vendors who wouldn't get paid. There are probably government employees who would be furloughed. This is disruptive, and it's not optimal, but it's not the same as a financial crisis and a meltdown. They're two very different things. And so I want us to focus on, as I say, real cuts in spending, real reforms in our process. For instance, I'd like to see a balanced budget amendment.
Right.
I think we've got more momentum for that than maybe we've ever had. So let's try to get that done. This is an opportunity to make some progress.
Do you fear, though, that let's say right is might and you have that on your side when it comes to just getting disciplined about handling our spending, but the last government shutdown helped the Democrat who had it forced on him, and that was Bill Clinton, and he got the better, or so historical lore has it, of Newt Gingrich, that you could be repeating that?
Well, first of all, I'm not advocating a government shutdown. I'm hoping that we don't go to that.
But that's what would happen technically if we did it, right?
It'd be very comparable to a government shutdown if we ultimately do not raise the debt ceiling. Now there's ways that the Treasury can buy time. But eventually, yes, it would be comparable to that. I'd still say, Neil, that forces us, it puts pressure on Congress, forces us to get this spending addiction under control. You know, at the end of the day, if there's a group of us saying, look, we've got to get spending under control, we've got to put ourselves on a trajectory that's sustainable, a budget that is going to get balanced, I think that's a winning argument with the American public. That's what they want us to do. That's a big part of what last November's election was all about. So I don't think we should shy away from it.
All right, finally, it's pretty clear your Steelers got a lucky break. And I'm just wondering if you have any message for New York Jets fans.
Look, you know, tough night, but I think I think the Steelers are going all the way. They've been an amazing team all year long. Now I'm an Eagles fan too, but and it would have been great to have an all Pennsylvania Super Bowl, but I'm predicting the Steelers are going to win, and I'm going to really enjoy the game.
All right. Well, it's one person will enjoy the game. Senator, thank you very much. Seriously, very good having you. Pat.